Oh, what the? Oh, what? Octoman!
I'm trying to eat my family.
I'm sorry, Octoman. I didn't mean it. But look, he attacked me. There was little I could do, but I got to let you know, your cousin George, delicious.
Delicious? That's what you have to say? Is that with or without salt?
Well, it was a little bit of a salty event. All right, everybody. I think it's time for an audit. Thank you so much for joining us today on the one and only Friday Night Audit. Craig, we've made it to our 10th show. What the hell?
Hard to believe, and we are still here. Happy Friday, brother.
Hey, happy Friday to you. So, Craig, I just want to get this off my chest. I know how much you like coffee, right?
Yes.
And I just heard, being a Jew and stuff like that, I just read that Moses loves coffee so much, it's incredible. But do you know how he makes it?
No. By parting the Red Sea?
No, he brews it. He brews it.
He brews it. Nice. I like that. That's good.
Oh, this is going to get a lot worse. Don't you worry, everybody out there. Thank you for joining us on Friday Night Audit. Craig, we're going to have our drinks in a moment, and I'm excited because tonight we're drinking scotch. That's going to be a lot of fun. But I think people should really tune into the mess, the clusterfuck, whatever it was that we called last week's show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a couple of bottles of wine and Sarah's. Yeah, a lot of fun.
All right, if you didn't catch our show, it's Sarah Danishi, from AskingConcierge.tv, one of the most fun people do that. We got a special appearance by Calvin Toloki. You might know him from Rev Problems. That's a really, really funny show. We had a lot of fun and got a little tipsy at it too, which I fully intend for us to do again this evening. Hey, thank you, Suzanne. She says I got a nice shirt. I think
Waffle House.
A Waffle House, Craig Sullivan, is one of the most sacred places on the planet for me. You got your Taj Mahals, you got your, you got your golden domes on the, in Jerusalem. You got all of these things, but I got my Waffle House.
Does IHOP count?
No.
Okay. Then you're good.
Does IHOP count? Oh my God. Craig, you're killing me over there.
Hey, that ranks right up there with California bagels, okay?
Well, Waffle House is special. Waffle House is unique. Waffle House is the most incredible place to be, especially at like 3, 4 in the morning after partying for a night or going out to a concert or something like that. Best way to get in, though, is to make friends with the security guard. Let him know you're there for an all-star special, not to cause trouble, All right. So, Craig, we're drinking scotch tonight, but we're not going to drink scotch alone. I should make a little show note. Producer Dave can't make it tonight. He is going to be working at his full-time job this evening. Poor producer Dave. We have to sit around and drink scotch, and he's got to do things at hotels and stuff like that.
He's got to work,
right?
So.
Oh, biscuits and gravy, baby. You got that right, Nikki. You have got that
Nikki
right.
Fox. There you go.
Not as good as Waffle House. I like my hash brown smothered and covered. Tell us how you like it in the chat box below, and we'll let you know whether or not I approve. So, Craig, who we got on tonight?
We've got a very good friend. She works with Hager Design International. I've been lucky enough to do a couple of projects with them, and we've got the one, the only Andrea Depew, business development for the United States with Hager Design International. Andrea, welcome to the show.
I thought you were going to say she was business development for the United States. That was quite the pregnant pause you had over there. Thanks for clearing that up. All right, Andrea Depew, everybody. Andrea Depew,
hey guys,
joining us on the show. Whoa.
Hey!
Wow, the response that you got, Andrea. Oh my God!
No, I mean, I was the intro to be like the director of the United States. I mean, like,
right? I know. Well, last week when we
it's our tax dollars.
Last week we introduced Sarah, and it was sad because this is what we got from that one. All right, guys, I'm sorry, but I spent all this money on this freaking box over here, and basically all it's doing is moving my voice somewhere. So I thought we'd try to make it a little bit more fun. Oh, Suzanne, she's a little sassy. She's saying producer Dave's been replaced by a better producer these days. Oh,
ooh,
I think that's the battle lines have been drawn. Dr. Bagnara, during her full-time job as a professor, helping aid the the people's future in hospitality as an educator. But she's also doing some help with us running No Vacancy Live behind the scenes. But this show's not about Suzanne. It's not about me. It's not about Craig. No, Andrea. This show's all about you. How are you tonight?
Doing pretty good. Yeah. Better now. Ready to relax. It's the weekend coming up. Friday night
There
audit.
you go.
And some scotch, right?
Right. Well, she said scotch. That's a magic word, Craig. You know what time it is?
It's time for you.
Yes, time for me to run the video. All right. Cheers. Well, listen. Here's a little thing that I got going on. When I had the misfortune, or I guess it's better than the alternative. When I turned 50 last year, my buddies bought me this awesome scotch glass, and it's really nice glass, but it's got this special thing in here, so it puts the ice like an angle, right? So that's really cool, and then it has my name on it. It says
that's fancy.
1970. How fun is that, right?
How did they put grumpy on there? We weren't even calling you that then.
My friends think I'm delightful.
I think you're delightful too.
So tonight's scotch that I'm drinking is Glenfiddich. We'd love to know what kind of scotch you guys are drinking out there as well. Andrea, what choice do you have tonight to imbibe?
I'm drinking the Belvini.
Oh, that's a good kind.
Yeah.
I like that. Craig?
I've got James Buchanan's 18-year-old Special Reserve.
All right. Hey, cheers, everyone. Look how cool this looks. Look how cool that is.
Look at that.
Cool. That's really cool.
Very nice.
And cheers to everybody out there for this week. I'm so excited to be here again on another fun-filled Friday night with you. It says Grumpy Glenn. No, this says Waffle House. I don't think you can read correctly over there. The coolest thing is our friend Paula from the Ask Suite. Caipirinha, I think that's how I say it, right? That's the Brazilian national drink. But we've been talking, and she's been trying out her, because she's from Brazil, she's been trying out her American slang, and it's been absolutely awesome to be teaching her the way we say certain things up here in the States. But she's got a wide vocabulary of American slang, so it's very exciting to see our friends down in the continent of South America, can keep it.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Really fun.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Andrea, what makes a good scotch to you?
I'm not a big fan of the peaty ones. A good one is that, it has a nice, smooth flavor to it. You take a sip, you kind of feel it going down, and eventually a nice little buzz sets in.
Get you all warm from the inside out.
Exactly.
I like it. I love that you're drinking scotch, because I don't know. I mean, I may be wrong, but I don't know a lot of women who are in the conference circuit that when we're sitting down there, they say, "Hey, let me get a scotch." So, is that your drink of choice all the time, or is it when you're at home?
So I do drink it at home on the regular. The way I started drinking it was actually on the conference circuit. I found that wine goes down way too fast and easy.
Way.
So I decided to try scotch, because you can kind of sip on it, because we all know we have to kind of maintain some level of sobriety with those things. So
right, sure.
I tried it. I liked it.
We're all trying that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was at conferences, being at those parties, and like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna down another glass of wine here, because that's all you're doing is standing and talking with a glass in your hand. So
yeah. Well, now, Mike McManus' scotch tastes like a Pilsner. That's a great kind of beer, but come on, Mike. Come on, man. I gave you warning what we were drinking tonight. Craig?
But, are we out of practice since we haven't been at a conference in over a year?
No, we haven't been at a conference.
I'm still training every day.
Yeah. Sometimes I just stay up till 2 a.m. I hang out. I set up all these chairs around. I order overpriced drinks from myself. I'll put on the Rocky theme and I'll sit there and I'll drink and then I'll pretend to get caught up in a conversation and leave so somebody else gets stuck with the bill. So I'm working on that because
there you go.
You got to stay limber. Because
now we know his tactic, right?
When you see that bill coming and you know that other person's got a much better expense account, boom.
Now, do you put on your hat, though, while you're down in the bar?
Was that Craig?
Do you put your hat on while you're down in the bar?
What this hat? My incredible Friday night audit hat?
Oh, nice one. Yeah, did you get one yet, Craig?
No. His is still here for a whole week on my desk. I didn't have a chance to get to the post office. It's a very complicated process. You've got to put on pants and you've got to get in the car. And then you got to put stuff in a package and give it to the guy at the post office or the UPS store. And honestly, I'm a little worried about the awkward conversation because you know how uncomfortable I am in social situations. So
you're very shy.
I know. I know.
A true wallflower. And you have to pay them money to ship it. So, yeah.
Right. But just to make matters worse, Andrea, you think it's bad enough that I don't send him something, but every freaking week, this motherfucker over there from California is sending me more stuff. Swag. And, I'm already laden in guilt as a Jew. And now it's even worse because he just sent these 2 amazing coffee mugs, right? So
I heard about those.
They're travel mugs. They're very portable, and they're really perfect for my wife to take with her on her way to work for the commute. So he's scoring all the good points, making things happen. I can't even get out a hat to Craig. And,
You need an assistant.
Andrea, don't worry. Yours is packaged, so it's being dropped in the mail on Monday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Daniel, great to see you. Oh, he's in a restaurant with wife.
Hey, Daniel.
Is that actual name wife, being that you capitalized it at all?
Say hi to your wife.
Where are you eating? What kind of food are you having? I'm a little jealous because I don't really cook dinner on Friday night, so we have to do takeout every Friday night. And you're probably saying, Glenn, why aren't you cooking dinner? Well, I'm doing this. So
I thought you were going to the Waffle House.
Hello, Daniel's wife, Mia. So great to see you. Thank you for tuning in.
Mia, cheers.
I'm sorry that you guys are wasting your time on this when you could be enjoying each other's company at dinner.
So, Andrea, what was the last conference you were at?
In person would be your conference, the Click conference. Yeah.
So you were at the
very last one
in-person event with Glenn and I, all in the same room.
I know. I'm so spoiled.
That was a really good event, and little do we know what would happen the next couple of days, but we kind of sort of knew something was going to go on. We didn't think a year later I'd be going insane and drinking with you guys on Friday night in a virtual show because we're not allowed to leave the houses.
We had no idea that.
Yeah, I totally remember. Everybody was like, should we elbow bump? Can we still hug? Can we still, everybody was kind of not sure what to do.
Well, Andrea, I have got it figured out, as a matter of fact. I was going to do this a little bit later, but since it came up in conversation, I've been thinking this through. And I think that the conferences need to put, for the time being, on their badges, a little logo about what you prefer with the tiered system, right? Craig, you're in California. You got that tiered system, all the different colors that don't allow you to go out in public or do things ever again, right? Let's do that for hospitality conferences, right? So what about just getting like a little, gif of, if someone could do, the elbow bump or the fist bump, or you have the picture of the handshake, or, you do like the cheek kiss one, and then you got one for hugs, and then you could all know it, and that way you don't have to do this weird thing that's going on trying to suss out each other's comfort level. It's there. It's in black and white. You're going to be cheating to look at their name anyway because you don't remember
That's
who
true.
they are after a year. Let's just be real. Let's add the logo, take a little bit of the stress off of all of us. And then, I think we should do one for like people that don't want to do any touching. Maybe we could have like picture of Anthony doing like forget about it or something like that.
No, you know what you do? Do the RQ code. They use their phone.
Wait, yeah. Hey, great to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be like, hold on a second. Hold on.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'll go. You don't want to talk to anybody. That'll work out great. Yes, Mike, I've actually been thinking about this, and on the real, I think that this is an idea that we need to implement. I was actually going to do like a No Vacancy News Today video on it because I think there's something serious to be said about that. So I think it's going to be great. Yeah, Nikki, I got my next vaccination coming up soon on the 28th, so I'm excited about that. Congratulations. Andrea, 1 shot, 2 shots, no shots, blue shots? Where are you at right now?
Nothing yet. There's so many people that are dying to not dying, but really want to get their shots, and they're having trouble getting appointments. And
right.
I'm fairly young. I'm got a good immune system, so I'm gonna let other people go in line first.
Yeah, I was able to say that for a while, but then I stopped fooling myself and realized the AARP membership is in my future. So I finally was able to get an appointment. Was that a No Vacancy credit card holder on their phone? Yes, it was sticker, actually. I have to replace the sticker every once in a while, but I got these from moo.com along with some business cards and stuff, which, by the way, Craig, because I'm getting geared up because we're going to be going out again in conference season. I had to get some new business cards. I had to get some new stickers. I had to get some new stuff to get all organized to be ready, to be prepared. I went to go try to buy some shoes today, but I'm having some serious difficulty deciding what I should do about, the outfit. Do I just go in the sweatpants for the first conference or two? Or
that would be nice if they just made it lodging conference. They always say it's like casual resort. What if Hunter said, "Hey guys, keep your sweatpants on, your yoga pants"?
I might just do my Crocs and my sweatpants and a nice shirt like I do every day when I'm working from home and on camera, right? Maybe I'll switch it up, wear my Waffle House shirt and some
I was going to say, you got to wear the Waffle House
fancy shoes, right?
Yeah. Waffle House and fancy shoes. There you go.
If I threw on a sport coat and had skinny jeans and brightly colored shoes or something like that, I could pretend I'm a designer for Andrea's company because they all have
that's true. Yeah.
good, fancy looks and stuff like that I could never pull off.
The total, the little millennial fancy look. Yeah.
So, Andrea, now that you figured out how to greet somebody at the conference, are you looking forward to networking? What are your expectations, and what is your typical strategy for networking when you go to conferences?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. I mean, luckily I know a lot of people, so usually I see people I know, and then that naturally turns into other introductions. Try to plan some meetings in advance. Definitely try to get some content out of the sessions, and a lot of meetings in the bar.
Yeah, right.
We do have a few meetings in the bar. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
But I think Glenn, you need. Amy was right. You need the Batman cowl to wear with the sweatpants and the Crocs. So
I know. I definitely need something like that.
It'd be fun.
Really funny. Yeah. Right. Oh, I'd like that. So, Craig, how many of these guys do you think you drink in a regular night at a cocktail party? Or going from cocktail party to cocktail party?
Exactly none, because I'm usually drinking beer.
That's a good point. That is a very good point. Which brings us back to what you were saying a little bit earlier, where you like this as opposed to the wine because it helps you maintain a little bit. So tell us a little bit about what your strategy is to maintain yourself throughout the evening to make sure you don't accidentally go a little bit too far and then have to deal with a adversely long recovery period.
It goes back to the training in advance. That tolerance.
It's all in the prep work, Glenn.
It's all work related stuff, It's just like we got a conference coming up, got to gear up. So yeah, just make sure you eat.
Audrey, are you heading to Hunter as well with Glenn?
I am. Yeah.
Nice.
I need to book my plane ticket today, probably.
I already booked that one, and I already booked my plane ticket to Alice, and I think I'm about to book my my ticket to Ahoa, because I'm getting freaked out with not a lot of flights in the schedule right now.
It's painful.
I'm super concerned about the prices, and I'm going to have to pay no matter what to go to this thing. So I'm thinking I might as well get it out early and done with and save myself some cash, What is a small business tip brought to you by the good folks over at No Vacancy Media.
You need to take a shot every time you mention no vacancy. So you're already like 3 behind.
Awesome. It's packed in here. Man, I cannot believe how many people are out absolutely everywhere. I was over at Lowe's today, the homewares store, and it was like crazy how many people were there. The parking lot was
Let's get this straight. You can go to Lowe's, but you can't go to the post office.
No, Lowe's.
See, I wasn't gonna go there.
Here's the thing.
Plumbing emergency. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean, all right.
Maybe.
I have a lot of issues, and they don't always make sense, and it's hard to deal with. I also, to be fair, along with the chore of sending this to Craig, I've got some shirts I had to take to the dry cleaners, and it's all in the same bucket. I didn't mean to go to Lowe's today. I had to go do another chore, but then it was there. It was calling to me, and it was like, barbecue equipment, and I'm like, all right, I'll go. I'll take a look. I'll see what's there. I don't know what'll happen.
I'm in.
Where is Daniel that it's so packed?
He did say it before, I believe.
He said he's out at a restaurant, but where is that?
Yeah, Bonefish.
What city?
Bonefish, nice.
Oh yeah. What city? I forgot where Daniel. What city he lives in. Bonefish is pretty good for a brand that has a lot of locations around the country. I think it does pretty well.
Yeah.
In terms of taste, that is.
So you had a lot of people out and about, huh? When you were out running your errands?
Yeah, it seems like here on Long Island that it's just like really super packed and busy all the time now. Everywhere you go, the restaurants are crazy packed on the weekends. It's really turned around. It's absolutely incredible. How's it by you?
So I'm in Arizona, and we spring break, Scottsdale, packed. It's nuts. Sky Harbor, completely I dropped a friend off at the airport last weekend. We're 100% open, no mask mandate. People are out. Yeah. So those hotel occupancies are be happy if you own a hotel here.
Yeah, well, I got 0% occupancy, sadly, for here over at the House and Resort Pool Club and Smokehouse. But to be fair, we're closed for the season, and I haven't pitched the tent in the backyard yet. But
it's off season.
Yeah, we'll get there though. I am excited. This weekend, I do plan on getting the backyard organized, and Craig, it's going to be fun because hopefully we'll be able to do some shows from the outdoor studio in the backyard. So I'm looking forward to that. No, Mike, you are right. Bonefish is no.
It is no Waffle House. It is no Waffle House.
I have been around the world, and I have eaten at many great restaurants. I've eaten at Fridays. I've eaten at Houlihan's. I've eaten at Bonefish Grill. I've been to P.F. Chang's. I've been to Outback Steakhouse, but none of them can compare to the Waffle House. And neither could your restaurant, Jean Georges.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
I want to hear your octopus story. You queued it up. You get attacked by the octopus.
Listen, I had my friends over. We're hanging out in the backyard. I'm minding my own business, right? And then out of nowhere comes this freaking octopus. It just tries attacking me. It's like alien, and I'm like Ripley trying to get it off and stuff like that. And it was terrible. None of my friends came to help me. They all just were aghast. They just laughed in my face. They're like, your octopus problem, not ours. And it was terrible. It was terrible.
Like an octopus out of water situation, or
no? Yeah. Oh, this was an out of water octopus. It was very dangerous, very dangerous. But I saved my family. I saved my friends. I managed to wrestle the octopus into the boiling water. And as I was telling Craig before, it was delicious. So it all worked out in the end. I got to show everybody that I have the mettle to fight against out of water octopi, and I also showed that I could cook up a good octopus that I had never cooked before. So
I had some octopus last night at dinner. I had a dinner last night. It was delicious. Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, I love octopus. Octopus is one of my most favorite underrated foods, but
it has to be done right, though. Otherwise it becomes rubbery.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say. You have to really figure it out. And the little banging technique on it that I learned was a lot of fun. You gotta hammer it out. That's,
okay.
I know. That's kind of partly how I subdued the octopus. I left that part out of the story.
That's part of the fight, right?
Yeah.
Was that meat tenderizing, Glenn?
Mm-hmm. Basically. Yeah. So it breaks down, some of the fibers and stuff like that. So that when you throw it into the boiling water, it cooks a little bit better. It's a little bit tastier. All of that kind of good stuff. Hey, Ken Patel. Long Island is packed because the Mets have a team now.
Oh. That was good, Ken.
Let me tell you, Ken Patel, I was on a radio show a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know if you guys know this, but on Sunday nights, I do a show called BT Talks Baseball with a buddy of mine. I come on in the last segment of the show to do a segment called Baseball Road Trip, where we talk about different cities and stuff like that. I was on the same show as the one and only Mookie Wilson. Now, the people who know that are going to be impressed. People who don't know the name, just be impressed. It's really cool.
I'm so impressed.
Right, Andrea, right? The Mookie Wilson.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
He hit the ball that went through Wade Boggs' legs in Game 6.
The World Series.
That's right, 1986, one of the most famous ones of all time. This is what Andrea thinks of it. Yeah, right, yeah.
No, I'm into sports, but I missed that one. I guess.
I'm not actually into sports. I kind of quit that like 30 years ago. I just pretend I'm into sports now so I can have successful networking opportunities.
It's helpful. Mm-hmm. Yes. Talk about your fantasy football team, like what's going on with baseball.
Well, it's a fantasy if the New York Jets ever get a quarterback. They've got a good shot.
Jesus, what is it? Bill Buckner, not Wade Boggs. I'm so sorry.
It's Bill Buckner. Thank you, Dave.
Screw you for correcting me and not even having the decency to come on here and do it yourself.
Yeah, he's not even showing his face.
I wasn't going to correct you.
I totally screwed that up. I'm not blaming myself. I'm going to blame. That mistake is brought to you by Glenn Fittich.
Not Glenn Hausman, but Glenn Fittich.
No.
I didn't think of that. You went with the Glenn, yeah.
Yeah,
Glenn, do you know where Bill Buckner retired to after that?
What's that, Craig?
Do you know where Bill Buckner retired to after that?
I think he had to leave the country, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he actually went to the hometown of 6 Degrees, Boise, Idaho.
Really?
Your favorite town. Yeah.
Hey, big Boise, man. Idaho. Andrea, you don't know, but Boise is a sacred city to me. Is the first place I ever played beer pong.
Oh, okay. You lived.
Well, you wouldn't see it. You wouldn't understand the importance of that. You're younger than we are. I came to beer pong late in life. We didn't have that in college. It was very sad. We were very deprived. Back at the University of Maryland in the late 80s, early 90s, we didn't have things like beer pong. No.
Oh my gosh. So I went to ASU and we had a bar that did this thing called Bladder Busters. And so it was penny pitchers until somebody went to the bathroom. I
might have been able to
drinking, chugging beer as fast as you can because you're a cheap, college student who's poor, and then nobody can go to the bathroom. And everybody, yeah.
It's a good thing you did that game in college. If I did it now, they just bring out the pictures, and I'd be like, "Sorry, guys."
Yeah, sorry. Throw down my credit card. Here you go.
I took a nap last weekend. I slept for like an hour and a half, but I had to get up 4 times to pee during that nap. I mean, that's not a good sign if I was to play penny pitchers. over there. Chris says Finnish is his middle name. As a matter of fact, it is. I didn't know you knew this, but Finnish is actually an ancient Hebrew name, so it really goes perfectly for me. Yeah.
Bringing it back to that joke in the beginning.
Listen. One of the things you learned about comedy is that
the River Festival went away a few years ago, but it was amazing when they had it.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go up there all the time for that.
What is the River Festival?
It was a great
What is it?
Every summer they used to have big get together, and you could float down the mighty Boise River, and just music, food, beverage, all types of things. Just one of the best festivals in the nation when it was going on. It was like 5th or 6th. Largest one in the nation. It was great.
Right.
Let's bring it back.
That's me sponsored by Depends.
Depends. Thanks,
Hey,
Mike.
Is Mike on the show next week then? No? Sorry, Mike.
Garlic mashed potatoes with Italian pesto mixed in for customer appreciation night. Wow. That sounds really good. They do appreciate you. I love that. Greg, what's your favorite form of potato?
Baked twice with everything on it, and a nice steak to accompany the baked potato.
Yes, of course. And Andrea, how about you?
You know what? You can't beat really good mashed potatoes. But there's so many good ones. It's hard. Fully loaded baked potatoes, scallop potatoes. I'm going to go with the mashed
Skunk movie for a second.
Mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, French fried potatoes, O'Brien potatoes.
All right, well,
how about you, Glenn?
What's yours?
You guys act as if I'm not wearing this Waffle House shirt right now.
Oh,
I'm not referring to smothered and covered hash browns. We went over this in the first 3 minutes of the program.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Too funny. Oh, God. That was
so,
good.
Andrea, one of the things that we were trying to talk about before I continue to go, I don't know what the hell I'm going, is your networking strategies. One of the best events as a design-related company is going to HD. We've talked about HD here before. It's going to be happening in August. Tell us a little bit about what is your strategy for knocking out one of those shows. A little bit different than going to Hunter. It's a very specific strategy. You got a lot of things to overcome. You've got Vegas. So you've got Vegas and the night before the event that you have to deal with. It's calling to you.
I mean, I just embrace it. I go with it. I mean, when in Rome, right? Like, my strategy is get reservations at all the best restaurants, find some clients that are in town. We go to dinner, we hit the tables. Why not?
Walk the trade floor.
Walk the trade floor. And the nice thing about that one is you pretty much don't have to go very far before there's like another beverage being handed to you or that's available. I mean, that trade show, seriously. Like
that trade show,
you can't stay sober there.
No, I've never seen more people wearing sunglasses inside at any trade show around the world. Everybody is so fucked up from the night before. It's insane.
I don't understand why some of these conferences that somebody doesn't sponsor a Bloody Mary bar, like even at Hunter or Alice. That should be a thing. Like there should be a Bloody Mary bar available.
Yeah, I know. Oh, Ken Patel says morning run tomorrow at Waffle House. Ken, 2 problems with that. Number 1, the running. Number 2, Waffle House is a good 3 hours at least from my house. So I don't think I'll be able to do that. Although insert, Forrest Gump reference here where he ran across the country, I understand it was actually to go visit as many Waffle Houses and In-N-Out Burger places as possible.
Too funny.
Vegas training. Craig, how are you going to handle it? Are you going to do your typical just hang out at Eye Candy for 3 days and let everybody come to you, or?
No. I'm actually going to hit the trade floor. I'm, go to as many of the post-event parties as humanly possible and see as many people as possible. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's also going to be interesting to see who's there and where they're working at that point. So, you know, I mean, let's say the old Serta mattress party, you know, I don't know who's going to be there, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people there. So I'm looking forward
to it too. It'll be great. Micah says, oops, wrong Zoom. I was looking for AA.
Yeah, you're in the wrong place, dude.
We don't have 12 steps here. We have the 9 circles of hell on this show.
You're not quitters. Come on now. Quitters never win. Just kidding. For those.
Glenn, are you broadcasting live from HD?
I had not even thought about HD, but yeah, I mean that's kind of the bag that I've been given this last year, right? Is I'm broadcasting live every day from somewhere, right? So yeah, I'll be broadcasting live. But interestingly enough, the biggest challenge I'm going to have, Craig, is if you're broadcasting live, my show's at noon every day, East Coast time. That means 9 a.m. Vegas time. I've got to set up all this gear and shit. That means I have to get up at an obscenely early Vegas hour. I'm not looking forward to that, although it's what I got.
You could stay up, do the broadcast, and then take a nap during the day.
Exactly. That is always my plan. And then, you know, you do your regular nap. Sometimes when I'm at an event like Alice, I'm at Hunter, whatever, if I could get back to my room before the cocktail parties and stuff, I'll try to do a 30-minute lay down, right? Just to
little disco nap.
Just to reset the things. But while I'm in Vegas, I go balls to the wall with the napping. I plan a good 3-hour nap because you got to achieve several things on your Vegas nap, right? You've got to repair from the night before and then prepare for the night ahead. So the nap has many levels and intricacies to it. So you really have to nurture it. You have to love it. Yeah, you really have to care for it.
You have to make sure that you select a hotel that has proper blackout shades, no little light creeping in, or you know.
Right. I went to one hotel that the blackout shades don't work because the hotel is built on a angle. You know?
I think I know which one that is.
Oh, right. And the room, for some reason, gets insanely hot because of it, right? I do not nap well in that room. I nap really well in very upscale properties. I know.
Is that right?
With a square rectangular room, yeah.
I took such an amazing nap in the Sky Suites at Aria. I'm still talking about it a couple of years later.
That's a beautiful hotel.
Oh my God. I achieved depths of REM sleep that were, I thought, previously unachievable during a napping period.
Impressive.
Right. Mike says that's what the pool's for, napping. Mike, I don't like napping at the pool because of the sun, and it's not very restorative to me as much as my body's shutting down like just before death. How about you guys? You like napping at the pool?
In the cabana, yes.
Pedialyte, that's right. That is
maybe like a little snoozer in the cabana, but if you're out in the full sun, you get too hot and you risk the sunburn. And,
Amy Montgomery, this is offensive. I would be a crew at HD to help you set up, but I'm running a half marathon this weekend.
Amy, you overachiever.
Oh my
God.
Nice.
Well, I'll be drinking a full marathon of cocktails. So who's the winner on that one?
Well, you could run for us that weekend because it's probably one of those conferences where you don't bother packing your gym clothes because
I call that all conferences.
I always try.
In your beautiful home city. People have the nerve, I mean, I appreciate it, but they have the nerve to say, hey, we're going to do Camelback at sunrise. I mean,
it's kind of
have fun with that.
Yeah. I say, I've been there, done that. You guys have a good time.
I would totally do Camelback at sunrise, but not when it's attached to a conference or an event where, honestly, I'm out working in the evenings, and we joke, we have a good time talking about all these things, right? But the cocktail parties and then going into the evening parties, absolutely essential way for you to work, right, Andrea?
Oh, and business development for sure. I can't skip out on those parties. Be a major loss. Yeah.
So what's your strategy at a cocktail party?
Well, we talked about not getting too wasted. Just, you get people that are talking, relaxing, finally having a good time and making some conversation and making new friends. Yeah, but if somebody's too blitzed, there's no business is happening.
No. And one of the important things is understanding your strategies in order to make it through the end of the night. But more important sometimes is if you make a mistake, know when to tap out. Oh,
for sure. Yeah. And you also realize at some point you're not going to have any more business conversations that are going to be meaningful.
Right. And it's interesting you should say that. It took me, what was it, Craig, 22 years to realize that I was
19.
Yeah, you're all right. So 19. It took me about 19 years, Andrea, to realize that I was always with the same bunch of assholes at 2 a.m. for no reason.
I always have to make notes on the back of people's business cards, so I'll remember the next day.
Andrea, I'm still working on remembering to write down stuff on people's business cards. I'm still in the school of I've collected a stack this freaking thick, and I don't remember a single person.
I met all these people last night. Wow. Okay. I was popular.
Yeah, Amy is right. She says a conference is a 20-hour event every day. And I will tell you that it is really a skill to be able to get through conferences in a way that you could be productive. And it's not an easy thing at all, right, Andrea?
I don't think so, no. But it's possible. I think it's possible.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is a little possible, especially when we've been out on the road for the entire year. And as you're getting to the end of conference season, which in hospitality kicks off in January and ends in October, so yeah, you pace yourself. And, Andre, you and I have had great conversations at the fire pit, when we used to be over at the Arizona Biltmore.
That's right.
Put a couple of gigs together there where you came in and did the design. Stellar.
Thank you.
And it was it's always a lot of fun. Glenn and I have had some of our best conversations over at the Arizona Biltmore and at HD and Alice and various others.
Well, let's face it. I mean, there's a lot of people in this industry and there's a lot of work out there, and you want to do business with people that you like. You don't want to do business with assholes. I have a no asshole rule.
Well, we're very lucky.
Nice.
We're very lucky that our industry doesn't really attract that many assholes. As I said,
true. But there are a few out there.
I won't introduce definitely you. A few, but
I won't introduce you.
But it's really like a 1% kind of a thing. I mean, I really don't come into contact with any, or maybe it's because I'm the hotel industry good time guy. I'm the media guy, so everybody is always very friendly to me. I don't know, but my perception is there's a lot less assholes in hospitality, because I used to
agreed.
Early on, I was in a music and entertainment side of things before I got into hospitality, and seriously, everybody was a fucking asshole in that business.
Because they're all a big deal, right?
Oh my God, nearly universal. It was horrible. I cannot imagine living my life in that world. I ran my buddy's music video editorial company for a number of years as I was building up my hospitality industry street cred, right? And I learned all about street cred from 1990s rap, because we were around those guys all the time. So I was legit, right? So
too legit to quit.
Right. Hey!
No, you're right about that, Glenn. Before I got into hospitality, I worked various other segments of commercial real estate, and there was a huge asshole factor in certain segments. And it's just like, really? I didn't know the red carpet and the theme music came on every time you walked into a room.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know. If someone's an asshole in hospitality, they need to find another industry. Just saying.
Hell yeah, Amy.
Correct.
Let's drink to that.
Right you are, Amy.
All right. Great question. Pro tips for first-time conference goers. How do you survive the weekend? Great question, Kayla. And Kayla, I want you to know my best friend from you what do I got right here? I got my Han Solo frozen in carbonite. I got my Darth Vader over here, and of course, I've been pimping your pineapple over here because a percentage of sales to this go to charity over there. So go check out Big and Bathhouse. But anyway, pro tips for first time conference goers. How do you do it? Andrea, what's your tip?
Oh man. I mean, yeah, it's just slow and steady, start your cocktail meetings early, but keep it slow and steady, keep a nice pace with the scotch rather than down in the wine. Having a good time, trying to get as much sleep as possible. Shoot, I don't know. What about you?
Well, let's get Craig to answer this one first.
Okay, typically it's a good breakfast, a lot of water, tennis shoes during the day. I'm not wearing leather shoes anymore.
See, you guys are lucky. We have to wear heels. It's not right.
No, you don't. You can wear.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
I mean, I choose to, but you don't have to.
It's not part of the society rules. You do not have to.
Andrea, that's a beautiful dress, and I love your sneakers.
Yeah.
Listen, Andrea, I have now made an all sneaker rule. I only wear sneakers now. I don't give an F. I saw some CEOs that were wearing sneakers. I'm all over this sneaker shit. So I wear sneakers all the time now. Don't overthink it. Allow it to happen.
My daughters are wearing dresses and sneakers, actually.
Yeah.
Got the Vans and their dresses and
right.
things.
Because I remember at every bar mitzvah I've ever gone to, all the girls have to take off their high heels pretty early on. It's just not fair. We're comfortable.
All right, ladies, are we going to band together and do like a sneakers at conference?
Yeah, if you do that, Glenn will wear high heels.
Right.
No, there's no need for you to go through that pain. Come on now.
Craig, you are not correct about tennis shoes.
Yes, I am. It's about comfort. It's about comfort and longevity. Lots of water. Do your meetings. Break them up. Don't do them back to back where you're sitting and then have to do a lap around the entire complex.
All right. So Kayla, you've really got to figure out, in my opinion, what are your natural biorhythms? When do you have the most energy? When do you have the least energy? How do you need to repair to get that energy back? Obviously, for a couple of days when you're at a conference, you're going to be able to put out a little bit of extra energy, and you need to plan for some recovery time afterwards. But you have to really figure out what your day is going to be like. Are you a morning person? Are you an afternoon person? How can you build up the peaks of your networking and combine your biorhythms to the schedule that's there? But most importantly to me is engage in every single activity that they allow you to engage in. I've got friends that are stupid. They'll miss cocktail parties. They'll miss all the different parties and events that are going around because they've got to go out to a dinner. But if you're trying to build a business, your job is to meet as many people as possible. Andrea, I know you're going out to dinner with clients. That's very tactical, in my opinion. That makes a lot of sense. But I think generally speaking, for me personally, if I wind up going out to dinner with a couple of friends, I'm a failure for that event. It's important for me to go to the cocktail party and then have a schedule to go from event to event to event to maximize my opportunities to meet as many people as possible, and then to fuck up and not write notes on my business cards and then completely find the whole thing a waste of my time the next day.
Well, I agree, but you can strategically plan. Like you can do so the cocktail hour, at the conference is from 6 to 8. So you can kind of bail out around 7:30, 8 o'clock, head to a dinner and then hit the after parties. It can be done.
See, now that's
do
what
it all.
I like
And the
about
dinner can be with a group. It can be with several people. I wouldn't.
Dinner with
just
a
go with
group
friends.
is a dangerous thing because you could get stuck at a 3-hour dinner, stuck to somebody who's irrelevant to your entire purpose of being on the planet.
That's a really good point.
Your night is dead. That's why I try to avoid that. If somebody is irrelevant to my life, I spend some time with them, but then I can move on to that next conversation. Correct?
All right. Noted. I'm not inviting you to dinner at Hunter.
Wait, hold on. If it's a Gus's fried chicken, I'm in.
There's a Waffle House on almost every corner in it, in Georgia. So
yeah, but not in downtown Atlanta, and I'm not getting up early enough to go and enjoy one on the outskirts.
The traffic's gnarly there. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to walk because I'm not renting a car. First of all, they're like $8,000 a day at this point.
Yeah.
And secondly, I'll be downtown. Craig, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, the thing that I really liked about the move of the lodging conference over to the JW Desert Ridge was that's off by itself. It's like a half hour away from civilization. So all the off-campus parties all got moved over to the JW that year.
That's right, and it was great.
You can walk from one place to the other, and it is about the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to see people. You're right. I think we've all been at those parties where you're sitting next to somebody, you like them or not, but they're really not going to be part of your business development plan or opportunity. The guy that I used to work with, he refused to go through the lobby at the Arizona Biltmore with me. At the same time, he goes, "No, you go ahead. I'll catch up with you." And 20 minutes later, I still haven't gotten out of the lobby because I'm having all these conversations with people.
I love that though.
Ping ponging around. Yeah, I love that part of it. I love walking into the room and everybody's there, and you get into one certain zone of the lobby. You know exactly where everybody is. You can spot them, and you go, "Okay, I'm going here. I'm going there. And now I'm going back over here." But it's a numbers game, and you're right. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I like the Biltmore so much. You could either sit outside, be on the lawn, be at the pool party, or at the outdoor bar or the lobby bar, and run into hundreds of people. Where you may have 2,500 people at the Biltmore, and you've got 200 at a party off campus. Where are you going to have the most opportunities for meaningful conversations with clients? I'm going to go to the bigger party.
I'll tell you, that is not the direction I thought you were going to go in about the JW. I thought you were going to talk about how there's an In-N-Out burger across the street from there, which is
there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
never made it out of the hotel, so I had to think about it. I didn't know that.
I have one literally like a mile and a half down the street, so I guess I don't seek that out when I'm up at the JW.
All right, that was cruel. That was good.
Hey, now I know what you like, though, so figure that out.
All right, so Mike's got a couple of good questions. Do you find a strategy different when you were speaking or presenting at a show as opposed to just attending? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because when you're speaking at an event, that becomes the main goal. So I have a whole lot of different rules that I have to put into place. I have I don't know, Craig, about you, but I have a no fun rule the night before, because I need to make sure that I'm in a good physical and mental state in order to be able to do a speaking engagement, so I could maximize my opportunity to be really awesome on stage. If I'm out late, if I'm out and have too many cocktails, all of those things create barriers for me in order to really be able to tap into the flow zone, which is where we all want to achieve.
No, I agree with you. And I think it our advanced age, I do a VIP mixer the night before my event, and it's okay. There's a certain point in time, my alarm and my phone's going off, and that's when I'm quietly walking out and going to the elevator bank and up to my room.
And on that note, you can't say bye. You can't stop to say goodbye to people. You just have to do the Irish exit. Like,
it's
you
a big wave.
Go in the bathroom and.
I'm Captain Ghost when it comes to like that, because there's all these unwritten rules that we've talked about here on the show before when you're at a conference. So when you could just
no high heels.
You've already talked to these people. You could just take off. You could just leave. It's really not a big deal.
Yeah. What happened to you? Oh, I missed you. Oops.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody even thinks about that sort of a thing, so it's no big deal.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, and I'd imagine too another rule when you're speaking is like probably not much day drinking before you're speaking.
I don't.
Yeah.
Cool.
The slurring when you're up there is kind of frowned upon. You wouldn't get invited back. I don't speak at conferences.
I can't do day drinking. I'm not good at that. Maybe I wasn't.
Not without like a 3-hour nap in a 5-star hotel in Vegas. Right.
I got to tell you, Andrea, that brings up a great point. I see all of these kids in Vegas, and they're all at these freaking daytime pool parties, and they go all day drinking at the pool, out in the sun, doing all that stuff. And then you go to then they're all online at the nightclubs at night. How the hell did they do it? I have a rule in my life. I only have like 5 hours from when I start drinking. So I had this at 5. By 10 tonight, I'm out. Right. So when I'm in Vegas, I tried hard to start drinking later on because after 5 hours, I'm out. It's only I can do.
Craig and I are on. It was 2 p.m. here, so I'm going to be sending you up texts at 7 tonight. Is what you're saying.
Yeah. And if you notice, I'm taking it very easy because it is in the afternoon. So when we had the tequila shows, it was way too much, way too quickly, and way too tasty. So
you want to bring tequila back? So somebody.
Sorry, I'm too busy bringing sexy back to work on tequila.
Oh, I know. I meant to say that first. Whoops.
Sexy at the Waffle House.
Hey, listen. To this day, I'm thankful that I had Wanda as my waitress after a fish show with my buddies going back like 15 years.
That sounds like a good story.
That's got to be a story. That's a story.
Wanda from Waffle House.
I know, right?
Wonderful Wanda.
I know, Nikki. They are in their 20s, and I'm very jealous of them. I don't know how I'm not in my 20s anymore. That's messed up.
I'm thinking there's like a
Mrs.
nap
House says you are.
after the pool, maybe a nap. And if not, there might be like other substances that help them along, or I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I remember back in the day, the Red Bulls, right? I mean,
Red Bull and vodka.
Oh my gosh. When that first was a phase or a fad, when it first came out, I went to a bachelorette party for a girlfriend, and I was living in Chicago at the time, and the party was here in Arizona. And I was a couple hours behind. So I'm like, Red Bull and vodka. This is amazing. It was I drank that all night. Guess I couldn't sleep.
Oh yeah. You didn't sleep for 4
hours. It's like 3 in the morning. I'm like, terrible.
My first Red Bull vodka,
rookie mistake.
Yeah, my first Red Bull experience. We all made the rookie mistake because we didn't know what it was. We didn't know how to handle it. We didn't know how magical it was going to be. So I'm in Dallas with a buddy of mine 20 years ago attending a high-tech event, and it's like 11 o'clock. I can't function at all. So I'm like, sure, I'll have this magical drink that you just told me about called Red Bull. I'll stay up. I had no idea I would be up for 3 days. Oh my God.
Those wings can be brutal.
Habit would be like, it's insane.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Too funny.
All right, Dan, have fun at Dave and Buster's. That's cool.
All right. Get after that skee ball.
Yep.
There you go. Skee ball.
All right, Amy says, being in your 20s today is so different from our 20s in the 80s. Yeah, I know. It's absolutely incredible. Is that Wanda's t-shirt? No, I no disrespect, but this would not conform to her shape. All right. I think we're getting close to the end here, Craig Sullivan.
We are.
Our fucking ads again. I can't believe what's happening.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? We've had such great guests, and we're just getting into such a groove and having so much fun. Time flies.
I know.
What can I say?
This was fun, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrea.
This is great.
Yeah, this was great.
So we'll save the rant for another time.
I mean,
too.
I'd like to say,
rant.
honestly, I'd like to say it was great, but now I really want Waffle House, and I'm nowhere near Waffle House. So,
can you Grubhub it? Too far?
Hey,
the longest,
Glenn,
farthest Grubhub of all time.
Glenn,
Yeah.
Do you still have the waffle video I sent you?
Probably not. No.
Okay.
I
I was going to say that'll That should take care
no
of the
disrespect. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right, I want everybody to know that it's the Waffle House situation that I'm going through is not that serious. This is just a show. I'm just pretending. I had Waffle House 3 weeks ago when I was in Florida. I got my fix. I'm set. Don't worry.
Good.
Hit the applause button, Glenn.
All right, guys, I don't know what happened. I didn't mean to be so insane. Thank you for dealing with me, for us, all of that. Andrea, we've reached the end of our show. You know what time that is?
You tell me.
You've watched enough
Slugapalooza.
part of the show. The reason people tune in, why everybody comes together for the
Because
holy
of
sanctimony.
closing, right?
The holy sanctimony we call. Tell us about Hager.
Okay.
How can we find you? All that good stuff.
Yeah, you can find me at Andrea, Andrea, at HagerInc.com or cell phone number 480-828-2980. Love to hear from you guys.
Excellent. Craig?
You know, and I got to tell you, Hager Design does an incredible job, so please give Andrea a call. You know what, Glenn? We're taking a little bit of a filming hiatus on Click Connect. I'm working on the conference, but I'll be back here next Friday. That's all I got.
And I'll be here tuning in, making great comments, like all the biggest fans. Amy, Daniel, everybody.
Awesome. And I'd like to take this time to apologize to everybody out there for anything that I might have said that offended you. And, if I didn't offend you,
Try harder next time.
yeah, I'll try harder next time.
Try to be more offensive next week, please.
Hey, and I'm the one that has the shirt on that says uncensored.
Oh, right.
I'm just, my whole career, I've been looking forward to eventually trying to be canceled by Twitter. So maybe
You're going to need to put in a little bit more effort.
I know.
Yeah, a little bit more. We'll help you out, though. I got your back. I'll give you some ideas.
All right, everybody. Have an incredible weekend. We absolutely love you, and thank you for dealing with us. I got to tell you, this is really one of the highlights of our week. Every other piece of content that we do, we have to be serious. Thanks for taking our bullshit in the spirit that's intended. Right, Craig?
That's it. It's just a nice, light conversation with some shenanigans and laughs. That's it. So
I love it. Right.
All right, everybody. We love you. We'll see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in.
aloha.
This is the official end of your Friday night audit.